is 6 o'clock, so I'll be going for. I mean, I would want to go for a 5K, sure. Let's 3 to 4 miles. Yeah, let's see how my body my body will react to it. But I think my pains are now mild. My pains are mild, and yeah, let's just get back to it. Yeah, so guys, let me show you guys what I mean. So I started this trading account, like I started this trading challenge in June. You can see in June. So I traded it through June to July to August to September and now October because I traded it for like 4 months. Yeah, 4 months. And so I don't know the dynamic of there was something I usually used to do in my prop firm, if trading a prop firm, I usually when I'm up my balance, right, and I'm above, let's say I'm above 2%, right? If I'm above 2%, I tend to use 2% risk on my next trade. Like, or even if I'm above, like, even if I'm like 3% up, I tend to use 3%, that 3% up to go for a 1 to 2. That was like a 6%. So I can pass my phase one. That's the strategy I've been using. And if you notice, in my what do you call it? In my metrics, you can see that I was gradually trading it. When I was in drawdown, I didn't risk so much. I came up a bit. I stayed above. But if you notice that, okay, this closed above 3%. It was a day where it closed above 3%. And that 3% was what I now use to go for a 1 to 2. So I could get a what? 10% win ratio. So I didn't really understand what this consistency was. I thought this consistency was like they just want to see you trade for a very long time and see your statistics and everything making sense. Because my average loss is 1%, my average win is 3%. You can see above this. So like I was like I thought that was what it was, but I didn't know that it was something. I didn't know it was something different. I didn't know it was, something different. Because for the past, okay, since I got back from the hospital, this was the first trade I entered. I entered this trade, yeah, first GBP AUD trade I entered, and it was a winner. This trade gave me 1 to 3 or 1 to 3 point something. This was a very good trade. Secondly, I now entered this trade. I entered this trade 2 days back. That was on Tuesday, and it gave me a whooping. I think it gave me like a three. It gave me a 3R, right? And now you see, I made 6%. I was in Jordan. I had made 6%, so I was now up like 3%. Then I now entered this position, and I used 3% for it, and I went to it, and I closed it at 1 to 2, right? This was the position. So doing all this, it made me see that my consistency was now high because my daily profit for that day was if you go back was 2.4 dollars. I closed my 3% that day. Like I entered a 3% trade a day before that day, and it closed that new day, and I entered a new position and it closed that day. It was very shocking. I don't know why GBP closed that same day. Normally GBP it takes like a day for like a whole day for it to hit my target. So, anyways, I don't have a problem. What I would just do, they have an equity, they have a calculator. I'm supposed to just make about $2,400 back or $2,300 around that area, but almost 10%. I think I should make like another 10% again. So what I will do is that no problem. I will just up my risks. I'll up my risks to like 2% per trade right now. I'll open risk 2% and look for trades of 1 to 3 and 1 to 3. Yeah, hopefully I find those kind of trades and yeah, I pass it. So guys, this is my chat. This was the last this was the sell I took before I took this buy up. So I'm going to be looking for two trades to risk 2% because I think because I upped my risk to 3%, so I have to stay on that level, because if I start risking 1%, it's like me starting another account again, and it's going to be very wild. So I have to hit use 2% to hit that. So on GBP you can see price is already on the on this supply area, very nice. And in my head, I have already seen GBP kind of touching back here a bit before going back to test these highs again, okay, and stuff like that. And that's what I want to capitalize on, because I low key I low key feel, I don't know yet, because this pair, I can't predict a long term move. But I'm forecasting that price breaks these highs here. Or even if price doesn't break this high, we'll get into a new trading range. We've been in a trading range, and I have loved this part of GBP, like this trading range. I love trading ranges because, oh my god, I see a lot of positions there. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is yeah. So I would love Pound Aussie to, you know, this is what I would love Pound Aussie to do. The low to the high. Yeah. I love Pound Aussie to like come back and retest this region here. If you can come back and retest this region, yeah, around this region here, I'll enter for a long position of 1 to 3. Keep my stop loss below here, and I'll aim a 1 to 3. I'll aim a 1 to 3 with I'll aim a 1 to 3 with 2% risk, so I'll be aiming like 6%, hopefully. So yeah, it's not a big deal actually. I was pissed with the consistency. I'm like, okay, no problem. I understand it right now. I understand, because actually I was staying on 1% risk. Actually, I was staying on 1% risk, but I was just like, this is an opportunity for me. Let me just bank on it, because I truly want pay and everything. So yeah, this is what I am looking at. Pound Aussie. If Pound Aussie can actually retrace back to this region here, right? If you can retrace back to this region, from its second leg on this level, and yeah, its second leg, I'll be looking to long up to like 1 to 3. Yes, I'll be looking to long up to 1 to 3, just a level above here, 60 pips. I'll be looking to long up to 1 to 3. Yes, around this high. Yes, around this high. Just this one, I'm looking at Pound Aussie. I'm looking at that Pound Aussie. Because of the nature of my face, I do this eyes and water thing, so I get eyes. See, yeah, I get eyes and I put my face in it, so that my face reduces. You know what eyes does to the face, and it has helped my face a lot. Yeah, it has helped my face a lot, a whole fucking lot. It's getting back. Still have a black spot here. But anyways, this is my routine every morning. It has been my routine since. That's what has been saving me. It has been my routine, so I do it. It's so cold. But anyways, let me try. I'm supposed to hold for like 10 seconds. So count me. Whoa! Step 2. I think I'm done. Oh, fuck. I think I'm done. Face routine done. I just want to show you guys my routine for my face. Has made me reduce, like my face has reduced, especially in this part. Let me even do this part, sir. I didn't even do it. I do it. This part of my face, like my head, it was very swollen, so I do put it in ice water like this, like. Mm, hmm. Oh. Hmm. Ah. This is Friday, Friday, and yeah, last trading day. Mind you, I didn't take this trade. I didn't take this trade, and yeah, I was expecting price to come back here, create a double bottom to go up. You see, it didn't create it. That's why I don't like pending orders. I swear I don't like pending orders. In as much as they can work well, but I don't like them because of this. So GA is sitting around this area, and yeah, guys, guess what? I traded Euro USD back. I traded Euro USD. So like this is for GA. So GA can still anyways go back up because we are still at the region. But I am reckoning that GA could potentially, trade back to this lows here. That's my reckon. That's my take. But this is the trade where currently I am on. I'll show the screenshot on my phone. I am on Euro USD. So I entered this trade, guys. You know, I entered this trade like my one of my best setup. I saw everything lined up, like my edge. This is my edge actually lined up for Euro USD. And I usually trade Euro USD before, and yeah, I had to enter this position with 3% risk. Now, because I got to understand that, like, for me to pass this phase one, for me to pass phase one of this account, I have to make $2,222. Yeah, on top that 10% I have made, and on top that $2,500 I've made. So I have to make additional 2,220 something dollars according to the consistent rule, so that my consistency score, which you see here, my consistency score could drop to below 50%. So what I knew was that, like, okay, and they said my daily profit should not exceed, and say my daily profit should not exceed 2,400, because that was the best day I ever had trading this account. So it should not exceed it. I was like, okay, fine, that's actually true. If I can trade this position and get to 2,000, if I can trade it and get to 2,222, I'll pass the account, but I'll not beat the max that I got. So I entered this position yesterday with 3% risks. With 3% risks, I'll be leaving the position at 3% risks. I'll be exiting this position at like a 1 to 3 around there. I think this was where my TP was, around this region here. Yeah. Let's say around this region here. This is when I'll be exiting the position. So at 1 to 3, I think I should have MT5 here. Yes, I have it. Okay, why do I have to be stressing this thing? Can see now I'm floating 1,276 profit. Like above, I'm floating more than 5% right now. I'm floating around 5%, but this, I think it got to 1.5. It got to 6%. It got to 6%. So I need to just make an additional 1,000 plus, just 1,000 plus on this profit. We pass the stage I am in right now. Yeah, so me just making 1,000 plus here, which is, you can see it's 120, exactly at the point where I want it to get to. If price can push up to this point, I will pass the account. My consistency score will get to below 50%, then I'll move to phase two. So yeah, I had to use 3%. I had to like up my rigs because I was not ready to start using 1%, because yeah, I already have a lot of buffer. I have a lot of buffer. I'm not in drawdown. I'm already up 10%. So I use that as an opportunity. I use that as an opportunity to, you know, to risk more, because I had a lot of buffer. And I think if you are looking at risking more, that's one thing you should be really looking at. Like, if you have a lot of buffer, if you have buffer, then you can risk. But in this account, in this trading account, this trading prop firm, in this prop firm, actually, like, risking a lot is something they don't really encourage it here. They don't really welcome it here. They don't welcome it at all. So you just have to keep using your 1% or 0.5% according to how the rules are. So I think, yeah, we are at a good place. We're at a good place. Today was CPI and it came out very positive, and we still have, it's 2:12 p.m. We still have a lot of time for the day to, finish. Hopefully, if price can actually do a lot of work by closing very bullish today, that's when I know that we can actually hit our TP. But if it doesn't, it now has to be till next week, and we hope to see price come back to all these highs here and everything. So I said let me give you guys the update about it, and yeah,